What's up, guys? Sorry for the lack of content lately. I've been working a lot. I've had some stuff going on in my life personally, and I've been really quite busy. But I do have a little mini update for you guys, and I do have some content coming your way soon that hopefully you'll enjoy and will gain me some more subscribers, because that's always nice. But anyway, to start this out, I really didn't know that this movie existed on Blu-ray. It's a movie from my childhood, and in watching videos, you know, with you guys constantly giving updates, I saw that that several people actually had this, and they came across it in the 788 bin at Walmart. And now my Walmart, where I'm from, it sucks shit, and they don't have anything aside from their bargain bin, which is usually the only thing I ever buy from. And I was told that that's where this movie was, and I went there. I didn't expect them to have it, but they did, and that is Strange Brew, starring Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas. This movie is absolutely hilarious, and Rick Moranis, of course, we all know from Ghostbusters and Spaceballs, and him and Dave Thomas actually did these skits on SCTV and Saturday Night Live as these Canadian brothers, Bob and Doug McKenzie, and then they actually went and wrote and made a movie about these two guys, and it's really good. I really enjoy this movie. This actually inspired a lot of Kevin Smith's Canadian humor that's weaved throughout his films, and he's currently making a True North trilogy with Tusk and Yoga Hosers and Moose Jaws. And yeah, this is one of those movies that definitely had an influence on him when it comes to Oh Canada. But what matters most in life: hockey, donuts, back bacon, and beer, especially beer. Brothers Bob and Doug McKenzie of the Canadian Great White North keep the suds flowing as they append the diabolical, mind-controlling scheme of Brewmeister Smith. Beauty, eh? Yeah, definitely worth it. Check this one out. And for $7.88, go ahead and blind buy it. What's the worst that could happen? Go to FYE and trade it in if you don't like it. But anyway, next up is one of my favorite movies of all time that I've actually owned on DVD that I wanted to upgrade to. And it's not the Steelbook, it's not the slipcover or anything like that, but it's still a Blu-ray. I got it for $5 at FYE, and that is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, man. This is one of the best movies in the past, I think, 17 years. This movie, I watch every Valentine's Day, girlfriend or no girlfriend. I watch this movie several times a year. It's so beautiful and so nuanced, so original, so layered. It's fart. It's smart. It's quirky, and it's unbelievable. Charlie Kaufman is one of my favorite writers. And Michael Gondry directed this, and he's wonderful. He's directed several films that are amazing, and this is probably my favorite performance by Jim Carrey. This and Man on the Moon and The Truman Show are like my three favorite Jim Carrey movies. I know a lot of people like his more comedic, crazier roles, but this is just so beautiful. This movie it really, I would like to think that most people have been in a relationship of some sort to where, things are really, really great, and they end up coming to an end, and despite how great they were, you wish that you could just erase all that from your memory to spare yourself the pain. And this is pretty much what that movie is about. I mean, this movie's sad, it's happy, it's funny, it's so many things at one time, and the performances by all the actors in this. I mean, it's Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, Kirsten Dunst, Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood. I mean, off the charts performances by everybody. A really young Mark Ruffalo, by the way, which he's really funny in this, but I can't say enough about this movie. I want to do a separate review for this one day because it is one of my favorites. Then next up, of course, is the extremely rewatchable movie that, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with a 90s action movie starring Keanu Reeves, and especially Speed. Like, I could watch this movie over and over, and Keanu was just on a roll at the time, and I'm glad he's back with John Wick, and then that sequel, hopefully it's not going to be horrible. But anyway, like, this is just one of those great movies. Like, you're having your friends over to, like, play some poker or drink some beer. Like, this is a good one to put on just in the background or something, because there's always something constantly happening in this movie. Like, it's just adrenaline-fueled popcorn madness, and, you know, Dennis Hopper's the bad guy. This movie is pretty rocking. It's worth, I think I paid like $30 for it, but, you know, it's if you've never seen it, definitely give this a shot. We actually studied this in school a little bit, Speed, in film school, because it's just the way that it's structured, and the whole ticking clock element, and it's just, it's good. It's really good. Next up is one of the DC animated movies, which I gotta say, DC, they're slaying it with their animated movies, man. The Dark Knight Part 1, The Dark Knight Part 2, Dark Knight Returns Part 1, Dark Knight Returns Part 2. You know, they got The Killing Joke coming out, which is going to be their first R-rated movie, Flashpoint Paradox, and this movie, Justice League War, man. This movie is off the charts, awesome. It is, it really balances out the lighthearted comedy to a degree that's necessary. It's just the right amount of dark. It's you know, it's really brutal at certain points, and this is everything I've ever wanted in a Justice League movie. And they fight the big baddie, Darkseid. Batman is unbelievable in this movie. Cyborg really has some great. I mean, they're all perfect portrayals of these characters in this movie. And it's really something that I said, I'm like, this should be the blueprint for the real life movie, but, you know, Zack Snyder's, I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, I don't want to get into all that right now. But if you guys haven't checked out any of these DC animated movies, Dark Knight Returns, Justice League War, man, the Flashpoint Paradox, I highly recommend them. DC is on a friggin' roll, and I can't wait until July for The Killing Joke, because that's, you know, it's essentially the greatest Joker story ever told. But anyway, next up is another superhero movie. I've always had this on DVD as a kid, and now's the perfect time to upgrade because they got it at Best Buy for $9.99 with these cool slipcovers. This is the original X-Men with Wolverine on it, and there you go right there to see what's underneath there. But the main reason I kind of went out of the way to buy it was because you can find this movie anywhere. But the slipcover is really cool. And it was $9.99, and it comes with $7.50 in movie cash for X-Men Apocalypse, which I've heard a lot of mixed things about. And I don't know, it was cool. I think it was about time I finally upgraded and got this and got some movie cash out of it. But speaking of superheroes, and speaking of movies that are awesome and rewatchable and action-packed and hilarious and just all around amazing, Deadpool. I mean, you got hilariousness on the back of this Blu-ray, and like, I don't know anybody who's seen this movie and didn't like it, and didn't laugh their ass off, and didn't want to watch it again right after they saw it for the first time. So, I mean, like, my big gripe with Blu-rays is, like, it's 2016. Do we really gotta buy Blu-rays and want to watch a movie and, you know, fucking previews come on? Like, you gotta just skip to the menu, and sometimes it won't let you skip directly to the menu. You gotta fast forward, all that shit. This movie doesn't do that. It skips right to the menu that, you know, that gives you the options, play movie, scene selection, special features. And first of all, special features on here are off the charts awesome. I don't want to get into that too much because I'm sure with this movie being out for a week now, that most people have reviewed it and talked about it, so whatever. But, yeah, just the menu, though. I want to make mention of the menu because it's a chimichanga cooking in a microwave, and you can see outside of the microwave, you see Blind Al sitting there and Deadpool walking around the apartment, and then once it's, you know, it's cooked and you haven't pressed play yet, it jumps right into the, you know, the X Gon' Give It To You, the DMX song, and just clips from the movie. And I don't know, this was a really well done Blu-ray release, really awesome embossed slipcover, and I actually reserved this at FYE and got a free poster, which that's always cool. But anyway, guys, that's my update, that's my spiel. I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching.